tip by Bishop Dag Heward-Mills Ministries. Discover how God can change your life forever.
Anyway, okay. So, a pilot also, based on the number of films you have watched, you can also pilot a plane. If you have watched a lot of films, you have an idea. Because how many realize there's something that they press like that when it's going to, then what do? They move it forward and the plane goes up. Yeah. So based on the number of films and so on you have watched, before you realize you can be a pilot. But because it's very sensitive and it involves lives, you will be taken to school, and each class and subject is to widen your brain in different directions. So sometimes you do unrelated subject like chemistry, equations, geography. Each one expands the understanding this way, so that the understanding can go around like this. Or nuclear physics, how to make an atomic bomb. Somebody who wants to be a doctor, you are showing him how to kill 1 million people. All these are learned by somebody trying to be a doctor and so on. It's to widen the way you think. So most of the time you will be happy when you look at the person who is coming to operate on you, and you will be happy when you are going to do an open heart surgery that it is not a dentist who is coming to do that operation. Yes. And you will be happy when you realize that that person is not a nurse. Because a nurse and a doctor, they all learn the same things. Nurses learn physiology, anatomy, biochemistry, pharmacology, medicine, surgery, psychiatry. They learn everything the same as doctors learn. But it's the extent. The extent this way, the extent that way. And postgraduate doctors learn the same thing that undergraduate doctors learn, but it wider. And it gives them more understanding of something when they are dealing with. So they may be more poised to save your life because they know more things. Are you listening to me? So to perceive the words of understanding makes somebody grow in his understanding. When somebody is sitting there, the person says, oh, this and that, you realize, no, even though this and that, it could be this, because I know about this possibility. I know about this possibility. So that is what school does. So those of you, when you go to school, say, I don't like chemistry, I don't like physics, I don't like this, I don't like history, I don't like this part, I don't like this book, I don't like that, you come out with a narrower mind. Yes. And that is why we do things like literature in school. Although you are going to do science, you may still do literature, but it's to widen your mind. If you have a pilot who is flying a plane like one British Airways 747 was flying from, I believe it was London to somewhere in the Far East. And when they were flying in the middle of the flight in the night, the co-pilot said something is happening to the engine number 4. They have 4 engines, Boeing 747. Something is happening to engine number 4. And they look at the computer. What is that? And you see the thing going around. I've been in a cockpit many times. You see the thing going around, then it's shut down. So engine number 4 is down. Wow. Engine number 3, it went through, then it came off. Went off. Engine number 2, like that, it came off. Then engine number 1, it went off and it came off. British Airways was full of passengers. And then they started to descend gradually. Then, when they got to a certain level, I think one of the pilots said that they should come down to a lower level where the oxygen or something may help to spark the engines, because the engines had gone up. They didn't know why the engines were off, so they were now gliding. And that maybe it was spark. And when they came to a lower level, one engine came on, the other engine came on, the other engine came on. You see that it was like the pilot have an idea what, and they had not seen it. And what happened was that there was a volcano. It is that particular thing that made them start the no-fly zone, because of the volcano in Iceland. It's that particular British Airways that was going. It almost crashed because the volcanic ashes entered the plane. So they found out that they can fly lower, but they can't fly up. So they flew like this, and they came. One day I was flying on a plane, and an eagle went into the engine, KLM, and we landed at Kano Airport. And Kano Airport, the runway is like this. But before we landed, they told us that when we land, there's going to be a lot of bomb, but it is within the pilots, it is within the capacity of the aircraft to withstand the Kano runway how it is. So when we landed, we were there, and then we couldn't go. So I came out of the plane, but they said we can't come down. But I came to stand there, and the pilot was standing. I said, why can't you take us? They said, no, you have to go and sleep in Kano. So there were some Ghanaians who were coming from America, and some of them started to shout, we didn't die in Brooklyn, we are not going to die in Kano. So they saw a Nigerian plane there, Cabo Airways. They said they are going to put us. So I went to the pilot. I said, take us to Accra. I said, I cannot go. He said, there is an eagle in the engine, one side. And he said, oh, but we can go. But I'm not allowed to go. He said, it is in the capacity of the plane to fly on one engine, to take off and fly and land. But I'm not allowed to do that. You see, because we have a man of understanding looking after 200 people's lives. And although he knows we can do it, his understanding is broader. Unlike Kenya Airways, which was taking off from Abidjan, or even those checking in. When those checking in, you see, when you meet a lady checking in at the counter, those who check in, their education is many steps lower than the pilot. Yeah. Their education, therefore the latitude, their understanding. The understanding of what is the meaning of 1 kilo that you don't write it. As Ghanaians and Nigerians are forcing, Charlie, no, why you they charge me? Oh, hey, Charlie, you know, say, why you adding 1 kilo, 5 kilo, Charlie, why? Oh, how the girl is wicked, this guy no help from this one, their colleague, look at how he's behaving. Is it your latitude of understanding? It's true. There's a reason why. There's a reason why.